If you're watching silver price, you're late. If you're watching silver inventory, you're early. Right now, this week, COMEX registered silver is draining toward a psychological floor around 120 million ounces. At the same time, delivery demand is accelerating. Trading volume stays elevated. The price chart looks calm. The plumbing is screaming. This matters if you're stacking physical. It matters if you're holding paper positions. It matters if you're trying to understand why markets that look stable suddenly snap without warning. Here's why you're ahead right now. You're watching inventory drain before premiums explode. You're seeing delivery stress before headlines catch it. You're learning a repeatable pattern that shows up in every cycle. Because this isn't new. It's just ignored until it's expensive. Your job isn't to predict when it breaks. Your job is to recognize the structure while it's building. I'm going to show you two mechanisms the market uses to relieve pressure without letting price scream. I'm going to give you specific signals to track this week and this month. And I'm going to show you where the stress shows up first. Because it's never where everyone's staring. But first, there's something happening in the warehouse reports that doesn't match what lease rates and premiums are saying. We need to talk about that. Hit subscribe if you want to be in the crew that watches the pipes, not the paint. Drop a comment with your local premium right now, whether you're seeing $3 over spot or $6 over spot, because those numbers tell us more than any chart. Let's move. Because registered metal doesn't wait for permission before it disappears. Here's what's happening. Registered silver ounces, the metal actually available for delivery against futures contracts, has been falling hard. We're approaching 120 million ounces. That's a psychological level. More importantly, it's happening while delivery notices surge and open interest stays heavy around active months. Normally, when physical demand rises, you see two things. Eligible inventory converts to registered, and premiums compress because the market shows it can deliver. That's healthy tension release. Neither is happening. Lease rates are spiking quietly. Physical premiums refuse to fall even as spot drifts. Eligible ounces aren't moving into the registered column. And if you watch bank positioning around delivery months, you'll see concentration tightening. Fewer hands controlling more of the deliverable float. This is rare, and it repeats. If this were healthy, premiums would be falling right now. They aren't. Let me show you the pattern. Think of it like this. A fire hose of paper contracts feeding a shrinking tank of deliverable metal. The paper market, futures, options, ETFs, trades at massive volume. Leverage amplifies every dollar. Most contracts never demand delivery. They settle in cash or roll forward. The system is designed for that. It works beautifully when everyone plays along. But the tank, the registered inventory, can only shrink so far before someone notices. Delivery months are when this matters. First notice day. That's when contract holders can stand for delivery and demand physical metal. Most don't. But the ones who do create a test, can the market actually produce the ounces it promised on paper? When registered inventory thins, every delivery demand pulls harder on the remaining float. Banks holding short positions face a choice. Deliver metal they may not have easy access to, or pay up to make the problem go away. This pattern repeats across cycles. It showed up in 2020. It showed up in 2011. It's showing up now. The mechanism is always the same. Paper volume masks a physical drawdown until delivery windows expose the mismatch. You're watching it build in real time, not telling you to buy or sell, showing you the structure before it gets expensive to learn. The market has always resolved this, but how it resolves it determines who pays and who gets paid. This is where paper wins, until it doesn't. Markets don't break cleanly, they vent. When inventory thins and delivery pressure rises, the system has tools to relieve stress without letting price explode. I call this the pressure valve. It opens in predictable places. Cash settlement incentives. Exchanges or clearing members offer contract holders a premium to settle in cash instead of taking metal. It's quiet. It's effective. It keeps delivery demand manageable, category reshuffling. Eligible ounces stay eligible instead of converting to registered warehouse games. This keeps the registered number low without technically defaulting. The metal exists. It's just not available for delivery. Premium blowouts. If the valve can't open through settlement or reshuffling, it opens through price. But not spot price. Retail premiums first, then wholesale, then lease rates. Spot is the last thing to move because it's the most visible. Here's the asymmetry. If you're holding paper and the valve opens through cash settlement, you get paid in dollars while physical holders keep their ounces during a shortage. If you're holding physical and the valve opens through premiums, your purchasing power increases even if spot barely moves. Now imagine a scenario. One large participant, a fund, a sovereign entity, an industrial user, decides they want delivery, not cash, actual metal, and they're willing to wait, willing to push, willing to accept friction. What happens? The market finds metal. It always does. But the price of finding it shows up somewhere. Either premiums explode to attract sellers, or lease rates spike to incentivize lending, or delivery delays stretch while warehouses scramble. The valve always opens somewhere. Your job is to watch where. Could this reverse tomorrow? Yes. Could eligible convert to registered and relieve the strain? Absolutely. Could delivery demand collapse if price dips and paper holders roll instead of stand? It's happened before. I'm not predicting. I'm watching the structure. Because the question everyone asks is wrong. Everyone's asking, will silver price break higher? Wrong question. The real question is, where does the pressure valve open first? If it opens through cash settlement, price might lag while premiums drift higher. Paper wins that round. If it opens through delivery friction, you'll see delays, warehouse games, and incentives that don't make headlines. If it opens through a confidence shock, one visible delivery failure, one premium surge that goes viral, then price follows premiums in a hurry. The stakes. Misreading which valve opens first costs you time and purchasing power. Maybe you're holding paper when the valve opens through physical premiums. Maybe you're waiting for a price breakout when the real move already happened in spreads and lease rates. The market is telling you something right now. Registered inventory draining, lease rates climbing, premiums refusing to compress, delivery notices elevated. One of those signals is about to confirm which valve opens first. I'll show you what I'm tracking, but sit with this. Markets don't break where everyone's staring. Path A. Orderly venting premiums widen gradually. Retail spreads move from $3 over spot to $5, then $7. Wholesale follows. Lease rates tick higher, but stay under control. Spot price lags because the pressure releases through the physical market, not the paper market. Who wins? Physical holders gain purchasing power. Stackers who bought early don't see headline gains, but avoid premium spikes later. Who loses? Paper-only positions miss the real move. Late buyers pay higher premiums for the same spot price. Path B. Delivery. Friction delays. Stretch. Warehouse receipts get complicated. Cash settlement incentives appear quietly. Maybe a basis point or two above spot to encourage holders to take dollars instead of metal. Eligible stays eligible. Registered stays low. Delivery works, but it's messy. Who wins? Patient physical holders with storage access. Anyone who understands the friction can avoid it. Who loses? Traders demanding immediate delivery. Paper holders who don't realize settlement is being managed. Path C. Confidence shock. One visible event, a delivery failure, a warehouse shortage, a premium explosion that hits social media, triggers a rush. Premiums leap first, then spot follows. Lease rates spike. The move is fast and disorderly. Who wins? Early physical holders. Anyone positioned before the shock. Who loses? Everyone waiting for confirmation. Premiums gap before you can act. Not advice, pattern recognition. Any of these could play out. Watch the signals. They'll tell you which path is forming. 1. Daily registered versus eligible changes. Normal. Eligible converts to registered as delivery demand rises. Registered holds steady or climbs. Stress. Registered falls while eligible stays flat. No conversion. The tank drains without refills. Where to watch? COMEX warehouse reports. Daily updates. Focus on net changes, not just totals. 2. Lease rates and funding stress proxies. Normal. Lease rates stay near zero or slightly positive. Borrowing metal is cheap and easy. Stress. Lease rates spike. Someone's paying up to borrow ounces. That's a liquidity signal. Where to watch? Forward curves for silver. GOFO-style proxies if you can access them. Any backwardation in nearby months. 3. Physical premiums, retail and wholesale. Normal. Premiums compress toward spot when supply is easy. Retail maybe $1–2 over. Wholesale tight. Stress. Premiums widen even as spot drifts or falls. Retail $5–8 over. Wholesale separation from spot. Where to watch: your local dealer, online premiums, wholesale spreadsheets if you have access. Compare week over week, not day to day. 4. Delivery notices versus open interest into first notice day. Normal. Delivery notices stay below 10–15% of open interest. Most contracts roll or settle. Stress. Delivery notices spike above 20%. Someone's standing for metal. The market has to produce. Where to watch: CME delivery reports. Track open interest into first notice day. Watch how many contracts demand physical. 5. Bank positioning around delivery months. Normal. Positioning spreads across multiple participants. No single concentration. Stress. A few large players hold most of the deliverable float. Concentration tightens. That's control. Where to watch: COT reports. Large trader positioning. Concentration ratios if you can calculate them. Can't know timing, only structure. So hedge the unknowns. Liquidity awareness. If you're holding paper, know your exit. Spreads widen when stress hits. Market orders get ugly. Counterparty checks. If you're holding allocated or unallocated, know who's on the other side. Stress reveals weak links. Storage access. If you're taking delivery, have a plan. Warehouses fill up. Delays stretch. Don't assume it's instant. Jurisdictional diversity. If you're holding size, spread it. One jurisdiction, one rule change. Your optionality disappears. Patience. Pressure builds, then vents. Vents, then builds. If you're positioned, let the structure play out. Overtrading kills edge. Optionality. Keep some dry powder. If premiums spike, you can buy spot. If spot lags, you can add physical. Locked positions lose flexibility. Not telling you what to do. Sharing how I'm thinking about it. If you watch the pipes, you're in the group that isn't surprised. You won't be the one scrambling when premiums gap. You won't be the one confused when delivery delays hit. You won't be wondering why everyone else is panicking. You'll have seen it coming, because you were watching inventory drain while price painted a calm picture. You were tracking lease rates while headlines focused on technicals. You were measuring premiums while others chased breakouts. Price is paint. Inventory is plumbing. Drop a comment with your current premium or any delivery wait times you're seeing. If you've got a story, bought early, avoided a spike, watched this play out before, share it. We learn faster together. Hit subscribe. You're now in the crew that watches the signals, not the noise. Here's the final piece. Markets don't break in isolation. This connects to a bigger story: resource constraints, geopolitical tension, the long narrative from Grand Canyon to Lake Powell. But that's not hype, that's structure, and structure repeats. When the tank drains, the valve decides who feels it. Premiums whisper before price shouts. Watch delivery windows, not headlines. You're ahead. Stay there.